27th, I think. Monday. Happy Monday to you guys. What's up? You want to come say hey? He said no. My son, he's 18. He'll be a senior. He graduates in 2027. They already sending us emails about we're in this group on mine about dates that's coming up, things that's coming up. So got a remind thing about the graduation signs that people put in their yards when your child graduates. She the lady that's doing it personalizes. She says she has 3 more for the people that know me and that have kids graduating from the same school my son is graduating from. She says she has 3 more, but if I knew 3 more people. So if you know who I am and you got a child graduating from the same school my son is graduating from, she says she has 3 more. So contact her on Facebook and she'll get you a sign. They $30. So yeah. But I already got that taken care of and paid for. She'll personalize it. My son wanted some kind of anime thing on it. Cause this guy from last year, this kid from last year that graduated, he had like this anime sign on his, and I was like, what is that? My son had to tell me. And then he went and picked something similar to it, but it was different. Got something to do with some kind of anime character. But she asked me, what did it mean? And it basically said Black Star, but it correlates to some kind of anime character. But yeah, it's kind of like that. It was interesting because I was like, did she ask that? Because I'm sure the guy that did the last one last year, I'm sure he was probably Caucasian. I was curious, did she ask him the same question? Did she ask me because we were black? But I'm hoping she won't be any racist. But went on a person. It turned out good. He likes it. So stuff that correlates to him. He does esports. So put the little esports icon on it. He's been in this program, this nonprofit program for boys, underprivileged boys and stuff that's growing up in rough areas, having trouble in school. But I think he started in like 4th or 5th grade. I'm not sure. I forget. I don't know why I say 4th, because he was in this lady's class that didn't tell me. I think it was 4th grade because his 4th grade teacher didn't let me know about it. And another parent told me about this program. And I was like, my son would have been in it if it weren't for the parent that told me about it, because she didn't want my child to be in it. But that's how, because she racist. And all the parents, kids that are in her class said she's racist. I'm not gonna name this woman's name, but yeah, and you can tell it. But and it was this other one, 5th grade. She was racist too. I had issues with her, but this is Alabama and it is the South. But yeah, doing that, and then they have senior portraits the 19th. So trying to take care of stuff. This stuff is coming up early. They have pick up schedules on the 29th. So, and then something happens on the 31st, a parent meeting at 6 o'clock. So stuff is coming, it's fast approaching. I'm like, prom. I'm like, then he be talking about first he said he didn't want to go to prom. Then he said he did. So he come talking about today he do want to go. But we'll see what happens. Because I'm trying to save up money. I got a rotten tooth in my mouth. My son was telling me my breath was smelling too hot. I said on a scale, and he gave me a scale. He was like kind of like a 2. And I'm like, I'm assuming that's a 2 out of 10, which if it's a 2, it wasn't that bad. But I was like, I probably need to drink some water because my mouth was dry and it felt kind of icky. And I think it was because I hadn't drunk no water. So yeah. But I do need this tooth out my mouth. For real. But let's see what else happening. Work went well. We out for a week. We're out for a whole week until we go back. We got 2 more camps, and then the school kids start coming back in. The college students start coming back in and doing that. dealing with the football players. They got football camp, a football camp and stuff like that. But I will be right back because I got to use the bathroom. Hold on. Hey, Paige, how you doing? I had to get up. I had a bathroom break, so I was. You put a question mark. I was out here talking, but I had to run to the bathroom real quick. But I was talking about I was talking about. I had just ate. I was like, oh man, bathroom time, and I was drinking water, so I had to go to the bathroom. But I was talking about school. I was talking about my son because he's a senior. He's a senior, and he graduates in 2027. So they've already started like sending us. I don't know if you heard of Remind, but it's the thing where for like teachers to let parents know um, what's happening and like different stuff that's about to come up. Yeah. different stuff that's about to come up. So the other week, they ain't in school yet. They start school August 10th, but they already sent out a list of dates of stuff that's gonna be happening, like when time to pick up the schedule and stuff like that. So it's these graduation signs that people put in their yard, and so the lady that's doing it, they was telling us who she was and how we could get one. So I contacted the woman on Facebook and got that, paid for it today. She designed it because she'll personalize it for them, so they can add whatever they want to the little she does. But it has like a little graduation thing on it with their name in the middle, the school, and like different stuff. He's in esports, so she put the esports icon on it. Then it has a little cap and gown thing, hat on it. And what else? My son been in this nonprofit program since he was in 4th grade. It was the first group. It started out with 25. So he was in that first group when it started. What did I do today? Not much. Let's see. Yes, I did. I got up, worked out. I was gonna go to the track and walk after I worked out at home, but I didn't because I had to go cut my mom's bushes. So instead of going to the track and walk, I do 2 miles when I do it. But I only do this. I'm off work for this week, so I only do it when I'm off work. But I didn't do that. Cut my mom's bushes right in her front yard. Raked that up. Took the stuff outside the road. Came home. Took a shower. Changed clothes. Went to Walmart. I think I've been to Walmart twice today. Then I just came from Publix. I wanted some watermelon. But the watermelon, because we got to go into this watermelon, we bought a watermelon from Walmart. It was like $5. Cut it open. It was bad. So I threw it outside. So I'm thinking if I go to Publix, they're going to have like good watermelon. But the watermelon they had didn't look good either. So I was like, oh, that's upsetting. I probably should have went to Piggly Wiggly. Yeah, I probably should have went to Piggly Wiggly. Have you ever heard of, I don't know. You heard of Piggly Wiggly? It's a grocery store. Have you ever heard of Piggly Wiggly? I'm just curious. Some people have never heard of Piggly Wiggly before. No. See, yes, because where you're from, but it's a grocery store, pretty much. But the last watermelon I got came from Piggly Wiggly, and it was really good. And I probably should have. I had one. My mom had one. And the one she had was good too. And I should have just went with my first instinct and went to Piggly Wiggly and got one. And I probably end up going to get one tomorrow. I don't know, but I got something to eat. So I'm eating rice, long grain rice, and some little chicken things. But yeah, I probably end up going to Piggly Wiggly before watermelon season go out. Because once it's gone, it's gone. Because once the season is over, it's not. They're not any good in these stores. Whatever they have is not any good once the season is over. So it's the season for it. So I'll probably get one before the season over, before it get cold and the warm weather goes away. But yeah, the watermelon was bad, so I threw it out. It was depressing because I thought normally Publix have good stuff, but that what they had in there today, it didn't look too hot. I don't know why. So I wasn't finna pay the kind that I already have cut up. I wasn't finna pay that money for some bad nothing that I don't like, something that I'm not gonna eat. And want to do a little promo. I was trying to, my hair was like short. It's still short, but I was trying to get it to Oh, you been on TikTok all day today? I hadn't even really. I told you last time. I'm just getting back on here because I had took a 2 week break. I think I was on here twice last week. So now I'm trying to get back into the habit of being on here like Monday through Friday, like I was started out doing before I took that 2 week break. People don't be on here, so I don't need to be on here. But it don't really matter if it's one person or whatever. Oh, it's your job now. That's another thing I work, so I was making time for it. Like I was really getting on here 3 times a day. In the morning at 5, like I said, in the morning around 5:30 or 6. Then I would get on here like at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then I would do the silent live. I even stopped doing the silent lives. I don't know if I want to start back doing them or not. You think I should start back doing silent lives at night? Cause it was helping, but I don't think it really nobody really gets on them anymore. So yeah, honey, if you're making money off of it, do you? Cause I'm not making money off this YouTube stuff. I'm not making any money off of it. Oh, don't do the silent lives. You saying don't do the silent lives? You don't do silent lives. Yeah, it's just a YouTube thing. People do silent lives on YouTube. I've never heard about anybody doing stuff. It's not a TikTok thing. Yeah, it's a YouTube thing where people do silent lives. They don't do stuff like that on TikTok. I'll probably add TikTok back, but I never went live on TikTok. Seems like people make money off of TikTok. That's what people keep telling me. Telling me TikTok is where it's at because I guess they're just giving people money. But this for African American people, this really my hair has grew. It has grew. I don't know if you can tell, but the people who know me, my hair has grew out some because this really works. It has rosemary oil, biotin, and some melatonin and other stuff, a couple other things in it. But this really works. It has different versions. I was using this. This is my son's. He's using it because I use this up, but I'm gonna get some more. And this, I'm using this right now. This is the rice water. It has biotin in it too, which makes your hair grow. It's As I Am rice water, and it has like it says black rice water, biotin, and a couple other things in it. But you can see it. But it really works for the African American people, natural hair people, people with locks and stuff like that. It works. FYI, it does work. But what else I was talking about? What else happened? For the people, dudes, guys, I get on this a lot where you're going to work with certain people, certain men. You're going to have men that like you. So, but take the hint. One, I don't even date my coworkers. First of all, I don't date nobody I work with. That's how I started with my ex-husband. Even though they contracted, he was a security guard. They contracted out, so they had a contract with a security company. So I don't know that technically he worked in the building. So technically it was like I didn't work with him, but he was security. So I seen him all the time. When I went in, when I left, he was there. So that's how we met. But it didn't work out. So don't most of the time just let you know, don't work with it's not gonna work. So first going back to these guys that I had one guy that liked me and that I didn't like him and I kept saying I didn't like him and I don't date people I work with and I don't have no interest in nobody that I work with. So that didn't work out because he called, I don't know how to do. One of my coworkers told him where I stayed. This dude got a ride to my apartment with some dude and came to my apartment one morning out of the blue. And I'm like, what? Be right back. All right. And I was like, what? So that was crazy because I don't know why my coworker told the dude where I stay. That because him and her and another female woman that I worked there, they were cool. So they knew I'm like, why would you tell some dude where I stay? I'm like, you don't know what his intentions were. I'm like, you might think you know him, but you don't know what's going through a man mind outside of you knowing him. I'm like, that dude could have did anything, and then after you done told him where I lived, but that was a problem. So it's this other man that came in. He was working this summer. I had you. That's why women have guys. You ask for God for discernment, and women have like that instinct that you could tell where something's like off about a dude and something's not right. And this man, every time he was around, I get bad feelings about him. This bad feeling that comes up every time he's around. It's just something like weird and off about him. But just like the other dude, but this is worse. So I don't like him. But you could tell that I don't know what he thinking, but every time he came around me, it's like I barely talk to. I didn't want to talk to him unless he said something, but it was like short answers, like yeah, short answers through it. He didn't get more than a sentence out of me. Probably one sentence, 7 words tops out of me. It wasn't like a whole conversation or nothing, but it was weird. He seems like a weird person and like off. But going back to this dude, it was when I was off. It was the last week I was off, and it was Thursday. The last week we worked. Dude came up talking about he missed me. And I was like, talking about I missed you yesterday. I'm like, I don't know why you would. And I said it just like that with an attitude. I was like, I don't know why you would. And then he laughed. He had this like ridiculous laugh, like a creepy, scary movie laugh. And it's this like loud, annoying, weird laugh. So I'm like, if a woman, and every time he came toward me, I would walk the other way because I didn't want to, honestly, I ain't even like being around this dude at all. So I'm like, catch it. I'm like, if somebody's giving you signals like they can't stand you, obviously something's not clicking. If you're around somebody and they don't want you, and then I would roll my eyes and I would walk away. Every chance I got, I did not want to be around this dude. So if you see a woman giving, like, it was so obvious that I don't like you, and I know you see it. I don't know if he was just trying to be annoying because he knew that I ain't like him, but also he didn't. Cause I'm like, dude, you gonna come up talking about you miss me? I'm like, I don't know why you would. And then he laughed out loud talking about, I can't even do it, but then he gonna walk out talking about, Oh, she said, I don't know why you would. And then who are you talking to? It was nobody else around but you and me. But it was crazy. Dude was weird. But and then another thing I don't like, women that don't have standards. These men be out here thinking because these women with no standards talk to them. I don't know if I can say that. Be intimate with them. I guess that's what I can say it. Be intimate with them and do stuff with them physically that women with standards are not gonna do. So they be thinking, oh, women like that, all women are like that, but no, all women are not. Some women do have standards and we have values and we value ourselves, and we're not finna sit up here and be with any and everybody and just willing to open our legs to any person. Because some of us are practicing abstinence. Some of us are abstinent. So, therefore, we ain't about that. Some of us are educated. Some of us have standards. Have standards and that we go by and have morals and values and have beliefs that we live by. So I'm like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Thanks, Paige, for coming up in here. Thanks, because she probably had to get off and go on her TikTok. But thank you, Paige, for coming on here. But yeah, some women have standards, and some men need to get that in their head because all women are easy. That's all I'm saying. All women are easy, and women, please have some standards. Love yourself, and don't be out here just being with men because you're lonely or because stuff happened to you. Get therapy. There's a lot of us need therapy for issues that we've dealt with, stuff that we've been through. So therapy helps, counseling helps. If you need a psychiatrist, get the help that you need. If you dealing with any substance abuse, it's help out here. Get AA, Narcotics Anonymous. If you're dealing with drug addiction, whatever you may deal with is help for you. Find a group. If you need to talk to somebody, find a close friend, a close family member, a close loved one that you can trust, that you get things out and talk to, because it's not good to hold stuff in. But make sure we're out here taking care of ourselves and we holding these men to making them be accountable. We got to be accountable for ourselves, accountable for our actions and the decisions we make. So you got to hold these men and hold them accountable for stuff they make, decisions they making, and just make sure we're taking care of ourselves. And I think it was something else I was going to get on here and talk about, but I forgot. But yeah, let's see if anybody else gets on here. Anybody else want to talk about anything before I get off? Shout out to my birthday people. Happy birthday to my people that celebrate birthday. July is almost over. This month is almost out. We're heading into August. So August is fastly approaching. School shopping, people finished doing school. I've done school shopping. I finished with that. But got shoes, got clothes, got a backpack. So tax-free weekend done passed here. I know it done passed here. So everybody was out getting whatever they need for school on that tax-free weekend that just passed, the 16th and the 17th, got 10 days ago. But yep. I don't know if y'all want to see, but I like these Walmart. As a matter of fact, they sell this at CVS. They sell it at Walmart. Speaking of, they sell this at CVS and at Walmart and probably other places. But I got it from Walmart. I got it from CVS too. But yeah, this is a good product. So yeah, just going back to that. But if you want to like my earrings, people always talk about my earrings. If you want to see them, they're Unks. Got it from this it's closed now. This Asian hair store that was open, but it's closed. It went out of business. I guess because it wasn't making any money. People act like they can't hear me because I be having that thing pushed back. But which they probably couldn't, so it's probably gonna have sound echoey. But these earrings, I think I paid like $1 for some of them. Some of them was like $1.99, but they were cheap. I got pink. I think I got these in pink, like that dark pink color, orange. Then I got the other kind with just the ump sign, and it's bigger. Got them in white, black, orange, pink, purple. I think that's it. I don't think I got any another color. But people be talking about my earrings. That's where I got them from. So, yeah. But it's gone out of business now, so I can't buy them anymore. And I had some other kind too, but those were it. I got them in like green. Got them in green. Had them in yellow, but I lost it. A turquoise blue color. I don't know. That might be it. In the other one, the Eye of Horus. That's what it is on there. But yeah, trying to see if anybody else come on here other than Paige. She don't left. But I'm gonna wrap this up. Hopefully y'all have a blessed rest of your day, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime. Hopefully everything is going well. Everybody's doing well. I don't know what else happened. Oh, that was else. I was gonna talk about the zoo. I knew I was gonna talk about something else. Me and my son drove to where my sister lived, 40 miles away from here, and we went to the zoo. So we've been before, but that was fun. It started out, so we went early. The animals were asleep. They weren't out. Some of them were out, but they were asleep. But it was interesting. But as we went on, some of them woke up. Then it started to rain on us. So we was getting wet. It started sprinkling, but we just kept walking. But then one more, it started pouring down. We had to stop, go up under where it was this wood, this pavilion type stuff, this wooded area. So we stopped. We sat down on the bench where the lions were, and waited till it slacked up. It probably took like 5 minutes before it slacked up, and we started walking again. But when it started, we was looking at the lions, and we had the umbrellas, but I was like, and one was looking at us, and I was like, yo, it was looking dead at me, and I was like, y'all are getting wet. And the most interesting thing happened. And I think the thing understood me. I know it heard me, and I think it understood what I said, because the area where they were, it was like wood on top of them, but it could come through. The rain was coming through, so they really were getting wet. And I was like, y'all are getting wet to the one that was looking at me. And we walked we were walking to where we had coverage so we wouldn't get wet, to the point where we sat down and the bench was. And as we was walking, we couldn't see them, but they did. They got up and walked. It was an umbrella, this wood umbrella with like a little square thing. It was big, where they had coverage so they wouldn't get wet. They actually walked at the same time we was walking to get coverage from the rain to where their area was, where they wouldn't get wet. So they actually walked. So that I was like, my sister was like, they heard you and understood you, cause they walked up under their umbrella area. which they did. And then the same exact one that was looking at me before, we stood and looked, and the thing was still looking over there at me and my sister and my son, looking at me. I was like, Chantry. She was like, he's still looking over here at you. She was like, he really understood what you were saying. She was like, that you told them they was getting wet. She's like, you told them, you had to tell them they was getting wet for them to go move. And they did. What's up, Real Jest? How you doing? I was talking about the trip to the zoo. My sister took me, well, actually my son, it was really meant for my son, but I went, she paid for me, but took us to, I remember, took us to the zoo yesterday, and I was talking about the lions moving, and how I told them they was getting wet, and they actually moved to the area so they wouldn't get wet. It was interesting, because they actually moved after I told them they was getting wet, because it started raining. But another interesting thing that happened, it was some birds called, I think that was called southern screamers, and next to them was across the way you had some flamingos, and like there was somewhere close to, and then you had some I think there were parakeets, and you had the Canadian geese flying overhead. So it was a lot of commotion, and all of them were communicating with each other. I don't know what was going on, but it was like really loud, and they was all going at once. That was the most interesting thing ever. I was like, I wonder what they were saying to each other, because I was like, it was like really intense and loud, and they was all going at the same time. I know what's been going on. And then at the end, the last thing we looked at was a rhino. It was asleep. And it was in one position once we got over there, and then it started. And y'all was talking, I was like, seemed like it could hear me a little bit, but I know it was asleep. But oh, you been focusing? I was on here. I was off here 2 weeks. Didn't come over here for 2 weeks. I got back on here last week, Monday and Tuesday, but I didn't get on the rest of the week. So now I'm trying to get back into it, where I was doing Monday through Fridays. So I'm trying to get back into it. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to do this Monday through Fridays like I was doing before, because too many people weren't coming on here. Just like too many people haven't been on here today, but that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter as long as I get what I'm saying out. But yeah, the last thing we seen at the zoo was a rhinoceros. You can't, boy, stop. You believe I can fly? But was a rhinoceros, and like I said, it was asleep. As I was talking, it started to gradually, it was already kind of on the side like this, but that's R. Kelly. Do you know how old I am? I'm 46 years old. That's R. Kelly. How old are you? That's what I'm curious to know. How old are you while you singing or quoting R. Kelly lyrics? But side kind of like this, and it gradually tilted on. Oh, you do know how old you are. You're being silly. This is how I know you young, because you're being silly. This is how I know you're a child. But yeah, it gradually tilted like this over on the side, and then it passed gas. It was the most interesting. I told my sister, I was like, that thing just, I said, farted. I was like, I called my sister's name. I was like, it just farted. I was like, did that thing just fart? And she was like, yes. You do know how old you are. Stop being silly. But you do know how old you are. But yeah, the rhinoceros passed gas. It was sleep, but it passed gas in sleep. That was interesting and funny. On the ride back to my sister's house, um, she was asking what was my favorite part. We seen what else we seen? We seen lions, we seen tigers. What else did we see? We seen capybaras. Capybaras. What else was there? We seen ostriches. Different types of other birds. Like I said, we seen flamingos. We seen parakeets. We seen what else we seen? It was different stuff. It was other stuff that I'm trying to remember. Um, but stop. Look, obviously just trying to get attention. You already got my attention. Let's have a good conversation. How's your summer going? What are you doing this summer before school start back? What did you do this summer before school starts back? How have you spent your summer? Because I know you're going to start back school at some point soon. But where's your parents? Where your parents at right now? Tell me where your parents at. Where your parents at? Because honestly, you're really not supposed to be on here. Have you did anything productive this summer? How are your grades? How are your grades in school? How's your grades in school? I hope you're making good grades in school, doing something productive. Are you playing any sports? Are you playing any sports? Do you like any sports? What's your favorite sport? Soccer. Have you caught any fish? What's the biggest fish you've caught? What's the biggest fish? Small fish, big fish, 2 feet, 2 feet long. Do you know? Oh, okay. How often do you fish? Oh, okay. How often do you fish? How often do you go fishing with your parent? I'm sure it's with your dad or one of your uncles or something. How often y'all go fishing? Okay, with your uncle. How often y'all go fishing? Do you go a lot or just sometimes? Every 4 weeks. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. My son spent probably like 6 weeks with his uncle in Georgia. They went to the gun range. But he's 18. He's 18. My son is 18, by the way. Be 19 in January. He graduates 2027. Y'all sell them? Y'all sell the fish when y'all catch them? Stupid autocorrect. Y'all. Oh. Okay. I don't even know what that means, but all right. I'm trying to understand what you're talking about. It's a type of fish, I'm assuming. Is that a type of fish? Because I don't know what that is. But okay, a harbor. Near the harbor. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. At the harbor. Oh, okay. What type of bait y'all use? What type of bait y'all use to catch fish? Y'all use worms, the real worms, the fake kind, or what? Oh, different types. Like what? Give me a couple examples. Just name two. Name two. Okay, shrimp and squid. Oh, okay. All right. That's cool. Because most of the time when people fish, all I hear is them talking about worms. I don't know. I don't know why. Did I hear somebody talking about crickets one time? I don't know. Do people use crickets to fish when they fishing? I don't know. I think I heard that one time. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, okay. Never heard of that either. I've never heard of that type of fish. I gotta look that up. Oh, okay. You don't know how to spell it. Well, that's one thing you can do. The stuff that you don't know how to spell, I see you must got a phone or a laptop. So look up how to spell the stuff you don't know how to spell and practice how to spell it so you don't have to wonder about if you spell it wrong. Oh, you seen plenty before? What do they look like? Redfish. What are the fish that you was naming before the redfish? What do they look like? Can you describe them? Oh, but yeah. Shout out to the kiddos. Make sure y'all stay on the straight and narrow. Stop the bullying, kids and adults, cause there's adults out here that bully people too. Stop the bullying and be kind to one another. Yeah, be kind to one another. But yeah, the fish that you were naming before the redfish, what do they look like? Do they how big? I'm like, are they like small fish? Do they grow big? How big do they get? Do you know all that? Which you probably don't, but it's probably a question for your uncle. You think? So you said you have two phones? You telling me you got two phones? I don't. You said let me change my phone. You got two? No. So you must be on your computer. You must have a laptop or something. Oh, charge. He said, I was like, let you change your phone. But yeah. What did you do today? Anything you watch on TV? That's with anybody. Autocorrect be putting the wrong thing in, but you try not to. You try to say one thing, but then it'll put in something else that you're not trying to type. Y'all don't have TV. Not yet. What can I know I've talked to you before and I know I've asked this. What country? Just name the country. What country are you from? The country, not the city. I'm not asking the city. What's the country? Like, I'm from the United States. The country I live in is the United States. So, what's the country you live in? So, you're from the United States of America, the USA. Just curious. Your parents know you on here with me? Your parents know you on here talking to me? Parents know what your kids doing, even though I'm not gonna say nothing to you out of the way. But parents know what your kids doing, who they talking to on social media. What are those ducks? Are those eagles? Are those eagles? Yeah, those are eagles. But keep an eye on your kiddos. Keep an eye on your kids. Keep a check on them. Make sure they're straight. Make sure they're doing okay. Talk to them. Make sure they're straight mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all across the board. Make sure your kids are good, doing good. Everything's all right with them. Make sure everything's okay. Make sure they're staying out of trouble, staying on the straight and narrow. You are staying out of trouble, I hope. Being good. Being a leader, not a follower. Be a leader, not a follower. Pass down here a few more minutes. So if you got anything to say, just put it in the chat. Anything else you want to talk about, I'll talk about it with you. If you want to say anything else, put it in the chat. Talk about anything else, put it in the chat. Anything else that's going on, anything else you would like to talk about. Whether how your day went, what you do today, what are you doing for the rest of the week. Going on vacation. Some people are vacationing, going on trips to the beach and stuff. They was talking about sharks. Talking about sharks being closer to at these beaches, being closer to people than they realize. Being closer to people than they realize. Just be careful. And people talk. This is one thing I like when people talk about animals. This is their home. We've knocked down their homes, knocking down the forest where they live to build houses and build buildings. And then they say the animals are where we're living. No. We done took where the animals lived in order for us to live there. So no, we knocked down where they live. So technically it is theirs. That's where they were. But we knocking down their homes to build buildings and build houses and stuff. So it's not the animals where we are. We where they are. Our houses are where they live. So technically it's their home. Pretty much. So going back to these sharks, that's their water. That's where they live. We're in their home. So it's not ours, it's theirs. So when people talk about animals and they're not supposed to be here, yes, they are. They are supposed to be there. They're exactly where they're supposed to be. We're not where we're supposed to be. They're where they're supposed to be. Y'all just went to where they are. So it's not them, it's us. It's not the animals, it's us. We just went and we tore down their habitat. So can't blame the animals for whatever happened. That's all I'm saying. But I'm about to wrap this up. Been on here an hour. The real Jess, shout out to you. Enjoy your fishing trips. Enjoy playing soccer the rest of your day, the rest of this week. I will be back on here tomorrow, same time, same place, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Evening Talks with Tasha. I am Tasha. So much love to all you guys, the people that support me. I'm gonna try to get on here more. I don't know if I get on here in the mornings or try to get on here. I'll probably try to start getting on here in the mornings again, probably like 5:30. Probably about 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes. It depends. I don't know. I try to get back on here probably twice. I don't know. I might, even though it might not be on nobody on here in the morning, but I might try to get back on here. But much love to all of you. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you all you guys watching. The ones that subscribe if you haven't. If you're watching this later, subscribe, like, comment, share. Subscribe. You ain't even gotta share it, but if you want to, subscribe, like, and comment. Share if you want to. Let people know about me. If you have any ideas on content, I'm really not into these TikTok dances, these TikTok stuff. I ain't really into it. I do me. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But much love to all of you again. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Care for yourself. Care for others. Be the light and be the peace in this world. And God bless. Y'all have a good one. Bye.